Hello wrestling fans, the Wrestling Wizard here and welcome to another video. Now I don't know about you, but as a WWE fan, I'm super intrigued to see what they do with the Roman Reigns character when he returns this year, whenever that may be. Now I know he's been advertised for a SmackDown in the lead up to SummerSlam, I believe, but if you think about it logically, Roman Reigns and his return can happen any place, any time. Of course, in Roman Reigns' absence, Solo Sikoa thinks he's Barry Big Balls. He thinks he's running the show, seemingly. He feels like he's the tribal chief, recruiting Tama Tonga and, of course, expelling Jimmy Uso. Poor old Paul Heyman is tearing what little hair he has out, worrying about what Roman Reigns is going to have to say with these Solo Sikoa shenanigans. And it's probably a safe bet to say, now that we're getting Randy Orton and Kevin Owens versus Tama Tonga and Solo Sikoa at Backlash, that we're probably going to see the debut of another Bloodline member, a new member, potentially Jacob Fatu, and that is what costs Randy Orton and Kevin Owens the match. But what if we see Solo Sikoa recruiting even more members, and Roman Reigns is just pissed off about it when he returns? What does that mean for the Roman Reigns character? Are WWE going to have to do the inevitable, potentially, and return Roman Reigns as a babyface? Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Hell no. I do not want to see Roman Reigns return as a babyface. You can stuff your suffering succotash. But an argument can be made. The longer Roman Reigns is off WWE television, the louder the return pop. When Roman Reigns returns, he is going to get cheered left, right, and centre. So potentially WWE have opened a whole can of worms in regards to how they return Roman Reigns. And you could argue a babyface return is inevitable. Solo Sikoa is going out on his own, trying to be this big guy, letting all the power go to his head, running this new version of the Bloodline. It surely sets up Roman Reigns opposing this, potentially alongside the OG Bloodline members in Jimmy and Jey Uso. You got Jimmy and Jey making up, getting back together alongside Roman Reigns, and yes, that's going to take time. You've got a perfect matchup where they can take on Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, and potentially Jacob Fatu, this new version of the Bloodline. And I honestly believe WWE will return Roman Reigns in a babyface role. It's not going to be like before. WWE Creative and Triple H are not stupid. They are going to be very careful in the way they book Roman Reigns. If, and of course it's a big if, they go babyface. They're only going to make some subtle tweaks to his character. You know full well that a lot of WWE fans are going to be highly critical of the prospect of Roman Reigns returning as a babyface, but we can't judge what a 2024 babyface version of Roman Reigns is going to look like because we haven't seen it. Since Suffering Succotash and all of that, Roman Reigns has got so much respect from the WWE fans' perspective. That tribal chief head of the table persona was arguably legendary. And so this time around, a babyface Roman return is made much easier because fans, love him or hate him, respect him. And WWE's long-term plan all along, of course unsuccessfully under the guidance of Vince McMahon, has always been to have Roman Reigns as the lead babyface in WWE. That lead babyface in WWE at the moment is Cody Rhodes, and you got to think inevitably in time fans are going to tire of Cody Rhodes in this babyface persona. They will turn on him. It will happen, mark my words. And what you can do if you're going to ever even think about a trilogy and revisiting Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes, why not have a role reversal? More layers, more fresh dynamics to the feud where Cody Rhodes is actually the heel and Roman Reigns is the babyface chaser. That is a money match in my opinion because the build-up would be extraordinary. How does the wise man factor into that? How does the bloodline factor into that? Cody Rhodes as a heel, it's got so much potential. I'm looking forward to when that will be. Don't think Triple H is stupid. There's only so far you can go with this version of Cody Rhodes. And what if Roman Reigns is opposing Cody Rhodes in this role reversal that we discussed? Of course, inevitably, we're going to get Cody Rhodes versus The Rock in a matchup. That kind of needs to happen because that is just a really cool matchup with so much storyline build. But in time, if they don't go with Rock and Roman, which you got to think would be in a role reversal of what was imagined previously, because if this had happened years ago, it would have been a babyface Rock versus a heel Roman. But what if it's a babyface Roman versus the final boss, The Rock? There's so many dynamics. How does The Rock factor into the bloodline? How is the Rock and Roman dynamic going to play out? With Roman Reigns coming back and unquestionably he's going to get cheered, how is that all going to play out? It is so juicy. But of course, I want you to get down in the comments section. Share your thoughts and opinions. How would you return Roman Reigns? For me, I just think it's got to be a babyface return. The fans are just going to crave it. With some subtle tweaks, almost like a tweener version of Roman Reigns, like what we saw from Stone Cold in the past. Fans are just going to cheer him because he's just too badass. Subtle tweaks, maybe some changes to his entrance theme. That entrance at WrestleMania was epic, but you can't help but feel that was closure on the Tribal Chief, the head of the table gimmick, and maybe we're going to see an evolved version of Roman Reigns. Whatever that's going to look like, whatever shape or form, we don't know. Talking of shape, we know Roman Reigns is literally in the shape of his life at the moment. Looks phenomenal. There's far more layers, I believe, to the Roman Reigns character. We can't just look at things so one-dimensional, like the head of the table, the Tribal Chief gimmick is the only route and the only way that Roman Reigns can be booked because that is his best lane. We don't know what a potential babyface Roman looks like, so if it's going to happen, let's judge it when we see it rather than before. If you get me, what do you think? As I said, get down in the comment section. I love hearing all your theories. How would you book Roman Reigns and his return in 2024? And as always, it'd be very much appreciated if you could like the video, share the video, and even better, subscribe if you're new. We'll catch you in the next one.